Hey there, 276. Welcome to session 5 already. And if you can believe it, we are nearly 1/3 of the way through the course already, which is bonkers. So, at least there's that, right? If 2020 has any further surprises for us, which I'm sure it does, whatever. The good news is we're moving at those surprises at a really quick clip. Here for section, and I want to get this right, it is section 6. You have a set of challenge problems the very same way that you would have with chapter 3. So by now, you've probably started to sense what the pattern is for how the work is going to go. One section is going to entail a chapter. The section after that is going to be like the test. It's going to be projects that have to do with using the material from that chapter. Let me tell you that works mostly on our way through the remaining 11 sessions here. We do have a couple of chapters, actually every chapter after 4, chapter 5, 6, and 7 are broken up over multiple sections, so that we can focus on some of those chapters a little bit more granularly. They must have been paid to keep the chapter count down for this book, because there's no other reason I can think of that chapter 5, 6, and 7 are so zany in how stuff is just like slapped together. So that doesn't matter for you for this week, but that's something coming up, and you'll kind of notice like, that's weird. Chapter 5 spans 4 sections. That's not entirely true, but it's pretty close to true. Here for the section 6, you will notice that there are 3 challenge problems, and there is a challenge problem description there. Just in case, I had a note to myself that said double check the challenge description, and I couldn't find anything wrong with it. Once upon a time, I believe we had an issue with not Replit, but the solution we used before Replit. You'll notice that some of my examples are in cpp.sh. The lightweight examples are in cpp.sh. Other examples are in Replit. I think that the note I had referred to a much earlier version of the class in which cpp.sh actually went down for like 4 weeks, which really put a damper on everybody's semester. But that has never happened with Replit. It won't happen with Replit. It is actually hosted on an Amazon Web Service platform, so there's no way that Amazon is going to go dark for 4 weeks. That's practically the only way people get groceries or products anymore. So that won't happen. But just in case you find that in the description, please let me know. I must have just missed it. But there is no such worry here for this week. You've got Replit, which works 100% of the time, and is certainly much more robust moving forward. So you do have those 3 challenge problems. For just one quick note here, I am not 100% sure which challenge problem it was, so I am double checking here. It is for challenge 4.2. That should all be in one program, so not spread out across 3 separate programs. That's going to be 3 different functions crammed into one program. What I want you to start getting accustomed to is not looking at how many lines of code it is that you've created. It's one of the first things that everybody does. You start peeking over there at the, like, how many lines of code is this? This is 28 lines of code. Am I still doing this right? This is way too many lines of code. No, these projects are going to start growing larger and larger and larger. And part of the rationale for that is I want you to start being able to reuse your code. So here in the challenge problems for chapter 4, you are going to start to develop a set of instructions, a set of logic that you can reuse later in chapter 5. And then you'll refine that and you'll use that in chapter 6, and you'll refine that and you'll use that in chapter 7. So what I will tell you is 4.2, despite its location in the middle of the challenge problem set, will be, logic wise lengthy from top to bottom, but that doesn't necessarily make it a difficult challenge problem. So those are all of the things that you have on your docket for this week, and we'll catch you at the start of session 6 next week. So have at it, everybody.